So what does the Inspector General's report mean for James Comey, Loretta Lynch, and Andrew McCabe? Will they all turn on each other, as it appears they have been, in order to protect their own necks? Let me bring in Arizona Republican Congressman Andy Biggs. Welcome back to the show, Congressman.
Good to be here, Kennedy. Thanks.
No surprise that James Comey was labeled insubordinate in this draft of the IG report. He has said that he values the chain of command, but he really stepped outside of it on more than one occasion. What do you think the consequences for that could be?
Well, the first consequence is, I mean, we all see that he's the narcissist that we always thought he was. But the real consequence is we need to see the IG report, and if there was a criminal conduct associated with that insubordination, which I suspect there may be, then we should get the DOJ, the Attorney General's office needs to be prosecuting the case. That's what should happen here, because I suspect he was misusing his position to let Hillary Clinton off and then manipulate the system on Donald Trump, which we know he did. He's admitted this. So we see he's a congeries of contradiction that should lead to conviction.
Well, it's really interesting because, you know, I know he probably thinks it's a bang-up idea to write a book because he wants to tell the world his special story. And, you know, he has said that he's often fallen in love with his own ideas. A lot of other people haven't. But within that book tour, there have also been a series of contradictions. Could those be legally problematic for him?
Well, he can say whatever he wants in a book tour. I mean, he can go out and do it. There's no law against that. But where it might provide problems for him is where he's testified under oath to Congress and where he's given other affidavits and testimony under oath. If he's contradicted himself somewhere else, then we get to bring him in. The AG's office gets to bring him in, and we get to pin him down on that stuff and see if there is a chance for a criminal prosecution.
Yes, and Andrew McCabe was fired because the Inspector General found that he had lied to investigators potentially about leaks to the Wall Street Journal and some other things. And he said that Comey knew about those leaks, not only knew about them, but authorized them. Comey has denied that. Should Andrew McCabe be given immunity to testify before the Senate Judiciary Committee?
I don't think he should get immunity because that's not his only sins. His only sins aren't the ones that he's looking at prosecution for. And besides, he wants use immunity for whatever he may testify at the hearing. I think that you need to let him come forward, take the Fifth Amendment if that's which is what he's threatening to do. But we're never going to get to the bottom of this on Mr. Comey, Loretta Lynch, the other comrades in arms with the Mueller team, the Strzok and Page and this whole cast of characters. If we give him immunity, unless he's got something like just a massive bombshell, then, and we won't know that, then I don't think you give him immunity.
I mean, and look at the people that were given immunity during the Hillary Clinton server investigation. Cheryl Mills, Brian Pagliano, there were so many, and we just assumed that they had valuable information. It turned out that that was pretty fruitless. So I agree with you. I think they should absolutely withhold there. And if he's done something bad, there has to be accountability. What does accountability look like for these three people?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we profess one of the great things that makes America stand out in the world ostensibly is that we hold everybody accountable. Everybody has to obey the same laws. And if you start granting immunity here to somebody who may have known about corruption, but not just ordinary corruption, which is bad enough, but corruption for political purposes. Think about that. You undermine the very foundation of our constitutional republic. It's hard for me to say, let's give this somebody who's done that immunity.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And you bring up a good point about Strzok and Page. You know, they were, it appears, just trying to cover their heinies in case Hillary was their boss and, you know, telling each other to go easy on her. That's just plain wrong, and that's a different type of politicization that is also equally problematic. Congressman, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Kennedy.
Very good.